Hello, 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 and welcome back to sort of, kind of, maybe will be another trek through sort of the dungeon, maybe. There's nothing really bringing you another commentated run, so how to begin? First, I apologize for the infrequency of updates to my channel. I've been working roughly, let's see here, 4 or 5 a.m. Let's say 5 a.m. is the average. 5 a.m. to about 6 p.m. and coming home with 2 more hours of work to do. So, yeah, I haven't had any time to do anything for a while. And, this is my first weekend where I actually have a weekend in the last couple weeks. So, holy shit. I want to continue my old runs, my runs that still need to be finished, including the Minotaur Berserker, but to be honest, the prospect of losing because I was A, out of touch, or B, just not paying enough attention, or too tired to play properly, just is too painful. So I decided I would give you all a treat. I looked up, not all, but a couple of the newer changes, and I found one of the new gods to be incredibly interesting. See, there's a new god called, what is it, Quinzal? The god of storms, who finally does something that this game, IMO, has needed for a while. A melee-oriented god who is better than Okuwaru, or different from Okuwaru, slash, Trog. Trog just does everything a pure melee character wants. Double my health, or 1.5 times my health every now and then with mass damage steroids, done. Massive allies who will win me fights when I can't win it myself, done. Okay. Oh yeah, self-health regen with MR, done. I mean, what else do you need? I haven't really tried the good gods enough to say that they're bad or anything, just that they're not as potent. Less emergency fix buttons, as it were. The thingamabob, thingamajig, thingamabobber, ba. Yeah, the other thing is that if you're not trying a pure build, Okuwaru fills that slot quite nicely. Not as powerful early game, but you get the self buffs, the power ups, and gifted armor and weapons guarantees that you will eventually get pretty much everything you want, which is fantastic. So, with all these buffs, why would you play a different melee god? Is kind of how I feel about it. Machleb gives you health back on kills, sure, with powerful conjuration capability, but you don't want to know what's better than throwing a firebolt, an inconsistent firebolt every now and then, or trying to summon demons who will frequently become the enemy that kills you at the wrong moment. I'll tell you what's better than that. Fucking getting a Berserk Troll on your side. Berserk Trolls are at least as dangerous as throwing a random conjuration most of the time. You want to know what's better than getting health back when you've already finished killing whatever your target was? Getting 50% of your max HP or your current HP back as a bonus before you start attacking. So, yeah, that's kind of where how I felt about the existing melee gods. The God of Storms, Quinzal, offers something very different. He offers the ability to deal constant AoE damage, as well as massive endgame AoE damage, effectively replacing the spells you would otherwise want to cast. So if you want to run a non-caster, that would be your option. But then why run a non-casting melee character when you can run a casting melee character, right? Well, why not play a melee character who sucks so badly at casting that you would never want to, i.e. the troll. Somebody with early game survivability that doesn't lean on berserk capabilities for those hard early game situations like the Minotaur might, or a human definitely would, or an ogre. So I think I've made my case. I want to try a Troll of Qazlal. I see 2 major pathways to do it. I can either go monk or hunter. Hunter gives me throwing rocks, and rocks are powerful. Now that they've removed the weight capacity problems that trolls used to have where they could only carry like 5, I can eventually get a stack of 30 rocks, so I will always be melee capable. The monk means that I get 2 additional pips of piety, so if I get a late Qazlal altar, I get an immediate Qazlal buff when I get to him. Also, I'm going to be going unarmed melee the whole way, so I think I'll go the monk the first time. I might have to play this again shortly to figure out stuff. Let me see if this... Okay, this technically cuts off the Bounty Hunter SAX the Ruffian. You can't really see the chat bar at the bottom since I am playing this online. But, whatever, that should be fine. Okay. Hit and go. Let's see here. Let's go. Stealth is useless. And, oh yeah, King calls the Master of Storms, so pretty much imagine thunderstorms every time I take a step. My stealth will be less than useless. I'm gonna begin with just focusing on my melee, or sorry, my killing aptitude. It's my best aptitude, so, oh wow. These tiles are really bright and hard to see over. Don't forget that as a troll, I opened the game with with gourmand capacity, but also with the rapid hungering. And as a later version of crawl, not an earlier version, eating brown meat has absolutely no risk to it. It will occasionally not give you quite as much nutrition, or will always give you not as much nutrition, but who cares? Not as much and not any are very different numbers. If you take a look at my, where it says Bounty Hunter 6 the Ruffian Troll at the top, you'll notice 2 grayed out stars. That is the monk advantage. Monks start with 2 pips of piety for when they eventually get a religion. I think it'd be a cooler buff to say monks can start with any religion they want. Well, any of the classic religions, so not like, you know, Slime God or whatever, Jiva and that kind of thing. You know, just in case that somebody wants to make something where that's the balance mechanic. But, oh yes, and King Call does not do blood sacrifice, so being a troll is not going to hinder me in worshipping him. You know, because with other races, or sorry, with other issues, trolls don't have a whole lot of spare food. They get hungry really fast. Alrighty, where are we at? Kill. Early game with the troll is about as easy as it comes. In fact, I remember when I first got into crawl, and I died as a human a few times, and then got annoyed, and then tried other races, and stumbled into the troll. And I was like, this is it. This is the race that you have to play to win with. Because, obviously, I was getting much further. Then when I started doing Berserk trolls, I started getting all the way down to the lair even, but I quickly realized it's a trap. Getting a troll to the lair isn't that hard. Berserk troll to the lair is not that hard. Getting a Berserk troll past the lair, it becomes systematically becomes harder each step of the way until eventually it's just by far harder than if you had played any other race. I want to change my auto pickup to include large rocks if that's a possibility. There we go, large rocks. I have a small batch of small rocks and technically can start buffing throwing at some point too to make them useful, but for the moment I don't need any of that. Rip, tear, kill. I have to search to see what armors I can wear. I don't know if there's any that I'm... If anybody knows a modifier, like, you know, ego item or whatever, for the search, which says, wearable, you know, only armors that I can actually use, please let me know. When you get large armor lists on classes that have... Oh! Okay. We're in tough shit here. Also, I love that they gave him the appellation The Dreaded. That's kind of very fitting. I say I'm in trouble because I have virtually no known tricks to deal with this guy. There's probably some unknown ones. I think I just run here. A good confuse and I just die. I don't have Berserk. I don't know what my heals are. I probably can win in a claw fight. I probably don't need, but I don't need to win in a claw fight right now, so let's not push my luck. Diving past this floor is a perfectly reasonable option. The Ecumenical Temple can't appear before it's floor 4. Quinzal does appear in the Ecumenical Temple, so I don't want to miss that, but what I'm saying is I'm not reliant on overflow altars just yet for when they don't include somebody in the Ecumenical Temple, that I have to search this floor fully. Also, you'll notice that I am still searching. I'm just staying at the opposite end of where I lost Sigmund the first time. You know what I should probably do is spend a moment to ID my scrolls. Oh, crap. That's bad for me. I am heavily... Oh yeah, I have inbuilt regeneration as a troll. It's like I'm wearing trollish leather armor without having to butcher a troll. Let's try whatever scroll I have the least of. It's not useful. And a random potion. Degeneration. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. Problem with trying random potions is I only have one of each, so anything I identify I no longer have to use. It's too early to do that. There's a shaft here. If the worst happens, I'm just going to walk into the shaft on purpose. And that should get me out of trouble. Come on, you totally know where I am. Come at me, bro. Ah, there you are. Dead. Already I'm feeling a little bit of regret for not being a berserker. Berserker is still a better start. I mean, as a berserker, I would be gaining piety for every one of these kills. So I would already have matched the monk's 2 stars for sure. I would be gaining access to more and more powerful abilities instead of, well, not getting anything just yet. Oh my god, the ant fucking killed me. Hide. That's nice, that's a kill. Killing orcs in dungeon crawl is like having sex with freaking teenagers. No, I should rephrase that. It's like having sex when you're a teenager. You may gain experience, and it might be a lot at first, but very quickly you level up past the point where it's useful. Till you start taking on bigger orcs. But that's where the analogy just kind of breaks down. Okay, we have a ring. Let's try an ID. Oh, and an amulet. Rage! Oh my god, best amulet ever! For this guy? I'm not even joking, I'm actually dead serious. What does it cost to do evocations for me? It's tough, but it's not undoable. Berserk Rage is 50-50. If I can get that down to like, I don't know, 12% or something. Oh, it's free, so I don't even need mana. We should remove the ring. I know magical power doesn't hurt me, but it isn't really helping me here. And if it gets cursed on, that will suck. So there's really no reason to wear it, and there is a reason not to wear it. Alright, ID. Let's take a shot at one of the potions, because my top priority right now is to identify my heal potion without, burning it. Ideally my cure ring potion, so that I can remove the status effect that will get me killed. But I'd even take heal wounds at this point. Just anything that would make my bar go up would be useful. Let's do another ID. There we go, heal wounds. I feel like 10 times safer now. There is... do I have remove curse? Yes, okay, good. Since I have remove curse, taking a bunch of mummy curses in the... what do they call that mini crypt? The tomb, I believe? No, not the tomb. The crypt. No, it's not the crypt either. What the hell is it? The ossuary? No. Wow, okay. Well, the mini vault that involves undead. Shit. Oh, there we go. I see the gray tiles, or brown tiles. That should be it. There it is. Just a sand-covered staircase. That's not very informative. More dex. In we go. The reason I'm upping dex is that as a troll I tend to get much more strength. And dodge plus claw power is valuable. Okay. It is called an ossuary. I was right the first time. Okay. Not the first time, the second time. It's definitely not the tomb. I would not enter the tomb voluntarily at this stage of the game. There are very few stages of the game where I would, and this is most certainly not it. I have plenty of food, so I don't need to worry about hunger here. Again, primarily because they did away with the whole brown food makes you sick, which means all your food rots before you can eat again, and then you have to find more enemies to kill, which tended to be what forced my trolls to use food before. This is so easy. Most characters I would run this early would not be able to casually melee like this, but this is what my trolls are known for. Not my trolls, any troll is known for. Oh shit! Is that a greater mummy? No, that's just Mankare in specific, so. Okay, she's gonna come in here, so I need to be berserk the moment that door opens. AF, AF, AF. There it is. Oh, damn it, another mummy. This is a basic mummy though, so I should be okay with just clawing it to death. I should have tried to pre-berserk sooner. But I was fine, so, ha, in the end that's all that matters. Come at me, mummy bro. What's Clara? An average merfolk gladiator. Okay, that's fine. Close the door. Once again, get to work bleeding the ossuary dry, so that if I make noise at some point, nobody comes rushing in on me. And that should be most of them. I'm at full health, so I'm willing to take on Clara the ossuary gladiator eventually. Come at me, bro. You can't throw, you're a ghost. Ghosts don't get to keep their items. Totally gonna make use of that. You know, finding the berserk necklace nullifies not entirely the early game. It gives me the mid game advantage of being a troglodyte, without the earliest game advantage where I can do it for free. But that's fine because I don't need the early game advantage nearly as much. I mean, I'm frickin' troll. It doesn't matter. Okay, off we go. Why don't you come at me so I can claw you guys even more. So yeah, so that amulet is probably the optimal one for my troll build, especially when you consider that item destruction isn't a thing, so I don't need to worry about that. And I guess mutation resistance is something that's nice. But ooh, Natasha, servant of life. You know, I don't recall these epithets. Are they new? They must be new. It's a cool idea. Magic Art Slow Call Mephitic Cloud is the only one there that I'm actually worried about. So what we're gonna do is hurl a rock and then step away to force her into melee, and then boom, just wow, she got one shot. But cats have 9 lives, and she is a cat, so she might have extra lives. You never know. Then again, this is very shallow in the dungeons, so she might. Oh nope, there she is, and she summoned an imp. Come straight at Natasha, and boom. Right! This is after they implemented that caster spawns die with the caster, making abjuration significantly less valuable. Still no temple in Dungeon Floor 6. I think the max depth it can spawn at, it must spawn by, is 7, so I've been pretty unlucky, to be honest, in terms of depth of spawn. How are we doing for that amulet failure? 32%? Ugh. Wow, it is sapping me. I don't have that kind of... We're just gonna stay on 32% for a while, I guess. I'm okay with... I want to eventually get it lower, but I'm not willing to burn that much for... Okay, that's a troll, but it's an artificer, so his artifacts are useless. So with Berserk, I should be okay here. I was not okay here. I was not even kind of okay here. I got paralyzed. I'm slow. I have no knowledge of which scrolls are useful. I need to go for the stairs. No, I'm too slow. I will die. Will absolutely die if I do this. Let's go for a heal wounds. How is it draining me this heavily? Let me try scrolls. One is going to be a teleport or a blink. Either one is good enough for this. And then intersperse that with heal wounds. Oh, there we go. Something sped me up. He must have used a random. He must have a staff of random effect, and he lucked out by hitting me with paralyze and got 5 hits. That's what must have happened, which is weird because I was pretty sure you weren't allowed to keep items as a ghost, but maybe they changed that, or maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Regardless, I escaped, a little bit sore, a little bit wiser. Next time I will wait until I'm in melee to activate the. Next time I'll know what my damn scrolls do. R W N. There we go. I have found the blink scrolls. That's much better. See, knowing what the heal wounds potion was saved my life there. If I had to guess what the heal wounds potion was, I would be dead. Oh my god, please let it be Quinzal. This looks like oh shit, that's not Quinzal, that's much worse. You can't. Fuck. Fuck! That sucks. I didn't realize there was another tile he could follow me to. Okay, so here's my opinion of the Troll of Quinzal. Well, let's try it again, because I didn't get to Quinzal, so I have no opinion. Troll Monk, same build, same idea. This time I'm probably not going to get lucky enough to get the Amulet of Blind Rage, but with any luck at all, I won't be so unlucky that I'd never get to frickin' Quinzal altar. Fucking piece of shit cock tits. Sorry, very, very rage bastardy right now. Just kill everything. If it looks like I'm not commentating, it's because I literally have nothing to say right now. I feel like I'm just repeating the exact same first segment, all because I looked and it looked like the water that the thing could swim to had ended. I must have just not noticed that the dark water tile was not just an ordinary dungeon tile. It must have looked like an ordinary dungeon tile to me. It's the best explanation I can give. So I thought I had literally just stepped out of its range. Otherwise I could have burned a blink scroll that I had just identified to make sure I didn't die. And obviously one more lightning bolt would hit me and kill me, but then there was also the chance that I could dodge that lightning bolt. There was also the chance that that lightning bolt wouldn't be fired, as things do not always do their optimal. Oh my god, that's gonna burn the scroll. Oh fuck me, there's a snake. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. How much damage does that deal? 36 damage in one turn? I kind of thought that a 36 health troll could handle a withering fire cloud. Lord knows that when I cast Conjure Flame, my targets tend to live for at least 1 or 2 turns. And I'm not even talking like my giantess targets. I'm like an ogre would make it longer than that. It's sad that I'm using the easiest class in the game for the early game, or race in the game for the early game, and I'm dying repeatedly. This is it. If I die again before the temple this game, just fuck me. I'm gonna stop playing for now. Clearly I'm steadily going more and more on tilt, and my gameplay must be getting less and less entertaining to watch. You know, it occurred to me just now, it's also quite possible, early game stealth is not a bad thing. It occurs to me that it's entirely possible they've changed the balance of some of the early game enemies without changing the listed, without changing their names and appearances. So the same things that I'm used to operating at a certain level might just be different. I may have to rebuild the instinct. It's possible. I don't think that's next. That certainly wouldn't explain my poor plays. Like, so far, of my deaths, think they've all been pretty avoidable. Bullshit, but avoidable. Let's get a bigger health pool too. I just turned on fighting. Will be useful. Alright, so ordinary stones are actually just useless to me. I mean, look how many I've hurled, and even when it hit, it barely did damage. The purpose, I would say, of an early game stones, or even any stones, is to just get attention from a distance. I will wait. I'll reserve judgment on stones until I get the large ones, because I know that those are incredibly effective once trained. I don't remember how far I got with my troll. Was it ogre or was it a troll? Stoning, but whichever one that I was using for the stoning, it was very effective. Actually, I think I may have ascended an ogre once. The same logic. Starting off with just stones and then shifting over to magery. Alright, so where are we at now? Level 5, 30%. Rip, tear, kill, you're all dead. Oh, come on. There we go, much better. This is about where the earliest where I could start getting the Qinzal buffs, assuming the game decides to spawn it, because so far the game has been playing fuck you. Okay, I think. And by the way, I want you all who are like newer at the game or haven't yet had early game success to pay attention to those little things like that I just did. Where, yeah, I don't have. I mean, I'm a freaking troll. I could probably just swing out and kill all of them. I could probably take them all in a fight, but instead, no. I poke my head out, let them see me, retreat back, make them walk towards me. Then I take them on one or two at a time, so that one at a time with only two of them visible, so that the priest is never more than one orc away from me, and the little guys, whatever they're called, little orcs, never get to two-team me, and the mage will never have a line of sight unless I also have line of sight to it. That's kind of it's a very small thing, but it also makes a world of difference. Oh yeah, tomahawks are much better. They actually deal significant damage when they hit. Which makes sense, since a tomahawk is basically a throwing hand axe. Also, training fighting is definitely proving its dividends. Can I take you out? Extremely dangerous Minotaur fighter. I like my odds. Trolls are just bigger than Minotaurs, so... Oh, that was it. That was the temple. Alright, let's see what we got here. That's the altar. Quinzal. And right off the bat, look at that altar. That looks awesome. It's like a storm cloud between wings or something. Pray. I am now a worshipper of Qinzal, and immediately gain abilities. Upheaval, which calls on the forces of nature to blast a small area with magma, ice, wind, or rubble. Also, you'll notice that around me, Well, you'll notice it as soon as I start walking around. Around me, these random clouds keep spawning. Ahem. These random clouds. Okay, so if I'm in a one-tile wide hallway, they don't really seem to spawn as often. But otherwise, these random clouds keep spawning. Do I care about Guardian Spirit? Not really. I don't have enough mana to make it worth it. What is that I have so much of? Cool. And everything else I can... Oh, beautiful. Telly scroll. Now I'm in business. I have one telly scroll. Okay, so in these narrow corridors, it makes a lot less difference. But when we get out of these corridors, I'll show you. Rip the cat. Kill the cat. Oh, good. So Quinzal is all about the murder, apparently. And me killing all these enemies is working really well for him. I knew he wasn't about blood sacrifice. I wasn't really sure what he was for. Oh, there. See? Every now and then, random clouds will spawn around me. These do full damage as clouds will, just not to me. I am immune to my own clouds. Not immune to all clouds, just my own. This floor is fucking miserable. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Random ice cloud spawns. I think what's cool about it is it's not reliable or anything. It's random, so it forces you to take advantage of it. Sorry, it forces you to actually think about how you're going to use the random cloud to take advantage of it. Do I want to manipulate my opponent to the position where the cloud will actually hit? Is it not worth the time, etc.? Oh yeah, teleport control has been nerfed so freaking hard. Now, instead of the ring giving you telecontrol like, you know, every other fucking ring should, because it's taking up a ring slot, it should be a static buff that you pay for by, you know, using the ring slot. No, now it's a matter of you have to evoke it. Oh, is that Grinder? Shit. Okay. Okay. Grinder is being a douche. What else is new? Let's get him into a place where I can kick his ass. This looks like a good spot. Right, he actually paralyzes me on melee too. Whoa! Did I just polymorph Grinder? That's awesome! And now he doesn't have his wand. He probably still knows paralyze though. May attack to drain dexterity. Vulnerable to Silver and hated by Zin because of the mutation. Yeah, I'll take it. And tick you on, piece of shit. So in an odd way, where it used to be better for me to fight in a single tile corridor with a single enemy one-on-one, now it almost feels like it's better to fight where my clouds can be of use in open areas, hope for a sporadic burst of damage from a freaking fire cloud, but if I don't get it, then utilize my trollishness to stay alive. Like, watch. There, see that? There's a cloud of rubble on him now. Or I just rip him up. I mean, there's always that. I'm wondering, because it does not look like the clouds are spawning directly on enemies. Maybe I'm just haven't had the luck of it happening yet. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, and also javs. Definitely take javelins, please. Javelins are fantastic. Quiver them over tomahawks, I think. Though I don't really know which is better. For an untrained user, at least. Whoa, you can now give life. Ooh. Causes elemental clouds around you to coalesce into elementals. You're okay. That's cool, actually. So, what I'm getting from this is, now I have gained the second Berserker, or the third Berserker-ish ability. The ability to make battle buddies. So elementals are definitely not the same as Berserk Ragers, but ooh, you're a Deep Elf Wizard, so in melee, that's my best bet, is to just kill you before, yep. Confusion has not worn off. This is a bad place to be if you don't know how to cure. I do know how to cure, but I'm betting I can get away with it. Yep, I got away with it. Rather, without using it. That priest is gonna be a bitch. Nope, there's also a guy on top of it. Freaking guy. I actually don't have the magic to cast Upheaval. Let's teleport out of here. This is just a really bad spot in general. Pretty bad spot in specific. The thing you have to remember is I am now making more and more noise with each increase of my piety, with each fresh storm crackle from each fresh Qinzal storm. So I do have to be prepared for the possibility of mass fights all the time. I'm not yet powerful enough to actually do that, which is kind of a downside. But as a troll, my power spike, well, not my power spike, my initial power is pretty high, and my spike is going to be my spike comes when I picked up Quinzal, so it's still my odds are probably better than if I had just been any kind of mage, certainly. Oh man, this looks like a nice mini vault full of geckos, lizards, and other issues. Iguanids. Nope, that's it. Okay, so Sigmund is still on this floor at large somewhere. Let's get off the floor. We've killed most of the floor anyway. And again, perfect place to be on a fight in the open because up there the storm cloud totally spawned on top of the orc. So yeah, if I'm out in the open and spawning clouds, you know, I can always retreat from enemies while the clouds spawn behind me. An approach that would be aided even more if I had swiftness. I really wish that I don't see why clouds shouldn't spawn in one-tile wide hallways. I feel like that'd be a buff, certainly, but not an undue one. And turning one cloud tile wide hallways into such a detriment, or rather giving such a detriment to one tile wide hallways where otherwise I would love to fight. Yeah, it's oh my god, he's bouncing shots and hitting me twice. Yay, Thundercloud takes him out. And now that my piety is a little higher, the frequency of these storms is noticeably. I mean, used to be that I would have one or so at a time. Now it really feels like used to be that every now and then one would come up. Now it's like one at a time, all times. Sometimes two, sometimes three. Okay, that's that. Let's move on. Did I not open those doors? What are you, totally not curious? Ooh, it looks like a death vault. Dithmendos and Kikubakudra. So, boom. Why is your health half gone? I think the troll must have been drunk. Or must have just gotten back from clubbing some baby seals. The fuck is this? The persistent random cloud of flame? Elf skeletons. Oh, it's a sacrificial ritual, probably. Not, you know, an in-game mechanic, just what they're trying to represent. There you go. The storm cloud procs and my enemies start to die without my help. Are we doing good here? 6.1, 10.6? Yeah, we're doing good. I wonder if... No, Buckler's probably too small for a troll. Will work more as a cod piece. We're just gonna go straight after him. I think part of the issue I'm having with appreciating how awesome these storms are is the fact that enemies kind of just melt. Though it will scale very interestingly into the end game should I get that far with oh my god. Enemies are coming at me in droves. I need to keep backing away so that they walk into or produce more storms to disrupt them. There you go. That's nice. See, when there's a storm guarding one of the spaces, they either take the storm or shift to try and avoid aggro. And ooh, permanent repel missiles? What is that a thing? allows followers to incite nature against their foes. Can give life. That's what I did. Those depends on the origin. Followers gain temporary resistances against the elements on taking damage from that element. Oh yeah, and deflecting incoming projectiles. Okay, so let's see how this works out then. My guess is right now my resistances are null. Yep, all null. No change, no change, no change. Okay, that's fine. Didn't get hit. No change, no change, no change. Okay. I am poisoned and paralyzed with no resist poison. So maybe it's just an inconsistent ability. Kind of a buff without being a reliable damage boost or anything. Okay, I am paralyzed. This is actually probably just death. Yeah. So I was pretty sure it was the red wasps that paralyzed and yellow jackets were just better poisoners. Did they get rid of the red wasps? Is that what happened here, or what? Let's figure that out right now. That's cute. Whatever, I don't care. I'm just trying to pull up a search thing. Look up description, monsters, red. Okay, look up description of monsters, red wasp. That's not a thing. Okay, wasp. So they just got rid of the red wasp apparently and gave it to the yellow wasp and still call it a yellow wasp. That sucks. Next time I start playing the new version, I guess I have to play with the FAQ open. That's all there is to it. Alright, well, it was an interesting experiment. I've got to tell you, I'm not very happy with it, the way this thing went. I feel like I got schnookered by not dumb. I got schnookered by my own dumb, but mostly by little tweaks they've made which render my knowledge of the game less useful. Before I go, I am going to take a moment to praise my stash. No, not this guy. Yes, it's this guy. This is my pride and joy, my version 0.11 Deep Elf Annihilator with all skills that I care for mastered except Traps and Doors at 0 because fuck Traps and Doors, it's a useless skill. If I recall correctly, the Staff of Ukad-Mu combined with the Orb of OMFG So Much Mana, Crystal Ball of Energy, right? Very useful. Why do I carry 5 of them? I'll show you in a moment. Also, just a really nice set of unique rand arts and all that I achieved by clearing. I think this is my 8th Ziggurat or something ridiculous like that. I accidentally shuffled at one point so that my int became my strength and my strength became my int. And that was really unfortunate. But whatever. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, this is it. This whole floor is the subject of vitrification, which is why all the walls are see-through, and has been dug more or less to my specifications. This is my giant, not phallic-shaped collection of crystal balls of energy, which is why I kept gathering more. This is the museum. First off, you'll notice that there is a intentionally erected statue guarding the door, so that unless an enemy spawns within the chamber, no enemies can get in. You have to blink past it. This is just a random stash of cure mutations and valuable potions and artifacts of several varieties. Once you get in, this is all of the unrandom artifacts that I've been able to collect thus far. I haven't got all the unrands in the game by a long shot, but that was the eventual long-term goal of this run, to collect all the unrands that are, were, or would, that are in the deck, or are in the game in totality. Pretty fun. Took a long time, obviously, to get this far into it, but I kind of had to abandon the run eventually because, well, the version got outdated by so far, and it was like, I'm not going to keep playing online. And thanks to the shuffle, I have to be even more careful than usual, so I can't just format it. The Shield of the Gong, that should be inside the stash. But regardless, it's kind of just a proof of concept that you can in fact do this with a sufficiently broken build. For all intents and purposes, this is already an ascended character. Alright, well, that'll do it for today. I hope you all had a good time watching this. I really hope it didn't desync. I've never recorded off the online version like this before. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.